Thinking you need to fully renovate your home to get top dollar? Need to flip your own house to attract those right buyers? Well, not really, because what if I told you that the right buyer who's looking for your type of home isn't looking for it to be fully renovated? They're just looking for the opportunity to get into the neighborhood. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how we generated strong buyer activity and multiple offers on a home in Fairfax Station, Virginia, without doing a full renovation. Hi, I'm Kristin Borostyan. I'm a realtor here in Northern Virginia, Fairfax County with eXp Realty and the Luxury Division. I specialize in helping sellers in Fairfax Station, Virginia, Lorton, and across Fairfax County prepare, position, and sell their homes strategically, especially when they're going through a transition or planning to move out to the area. And what we're seeing right now is a shift. Buyers are still active, but they're much more selective, they're more informed, and they're making decisions quickly. Thumbs up, thumbs down, moving on. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about my home in Fairfax Station, and I talked about how homes can sell anywhere from $900 to well over $1.3 million. But today, I want to show you how that actually played out in a real situation, because when you understand the strategy, that's one piece of it. But seeing it applied is where it really takes shape. So the home that we had listed is in Hallston Court, 9321 Hallston Court. And like many homes in the area, it had some strong features. It had a great layout. It was a solid structure. It was in a desirable location, but it wasn't fully updated. So before going on the market, we had some decisions to make. Do we fully renovate and prepare the home strategically that way? Or do we look at it another way? And I think this is where some sellers are going in the wrong direction. They assume they need to completely overhaul and update and do all of these things. But what if I told you you didn't have to do that? We didn't do that. Instead, we focused on what really matters to today's buyers who are within a certain price point in a certain neighborhood. We made targeted, strategic updates. We painted the house really nice colors. We put in new carpet. We made small repairs. We removed all the outdated window treatments. We updated outlets and ceiling lights. We showed the home empty because the tenants moved out, which created an open floor plan, and we focused on creating a clean, move-in ready feel. Nothing too extreme, nothing overbuilt, but very intentional. This is part of how I guide sellers through preparing their home before it hits the market. We want to focus on what actually drives buyer decision to put an offer in on the home. And here's something that most sellers might not even consider. You're not just preparing a home, you're targeting a very specific buyer. In a market like Fairfax Station, Virginia, there are different types of buyers. You have buyers who are looking for fully renovated turnkey homes at the price of the top of the price range. Then you have buyers who just want to get into the neighborhood, but they can't, or maybe they don't want to pay that top tier price. Those buyers are incredibly important because they're often very highly motivated. They're emotionally invested in the area or that specific neighborhood. They're focused on the school community and long-term value, and they're willing to compete as long as the home feels like a smart opportunity for them. That's exactly the buyers we positioned this home for. I wasn't positioning it for someone who's looking for something completely updated or something new, but someone who wanted a move-in ready, clean home with the ability to make it their own over time. If you over renovate, here's the key I want you to listen to. You can actually price out that very buyer who might have competed for your home. Once the home hits the market, the response for our home was immediate. We had over 60 families walk through the home in just a few days. 30 came for the open house. We were priced correctly for the condition of the house, and the house was move-in ready, and it showed beautifully. We had strong interest right out of the gate. People were texting me like crazy. We generated multiple offers within our deadline timeline. And this all happened without a full renovation or even a finished basement. And that's not by accident. That's what happens when you prepare a home and you position it correctly from day one to the buyer looking for it. And here's the takeaway. Preparation beats renovation when it's done strategically. Buyers today are only paying for that brand new home, right? If they really want it. But they're also paying for homes that are clean, cohesive, move-in ready. And they're saying yes to a home that feels like it's right in their value. And if it's not, they're not even looking for the discount. They're just moving on to the next. And that's where sellers lose money without even realizing. What I'm seeing more often than not is sellers maybe over improving and spending money in the wrong places, or under preparing their home and hoping that the market will carry them. And neither strategy will work in today's market. Buyers are comparing everything, and the home that is going to win are the ones that are prepared, positioned, and priced correctly from day one. Do you really need a fully renovated or flipped home to sell in Fairfax County? Not really, because there's buyers out there who want that home in the condition it is and understand that they can get in at this price point. So if you want to understand this a little bit better and you want to prepare your home and you want to get started, just type in the word ready and I'm going to send you my seller prep guide so you kind of know where to start, because that's going to be key. And then we can have a second conversation on how to position your home, because I'm here and my job is to help prepare you in whatever home you're in now for your next transition. And we want to get you the most money we can for the value that your house has in the community it's in. And I want to connect the right buyer to your home so you can move on. Thanks for watching. Smart moves do start here.